Hey, good evening, everybody. Blitzball Champ is back here yet again with a brand new video here on the U to the Tube. Time for some pro wrestling talk, shall we? So, wanted to start things off with some Stardom talk because I've pretty much gotten caught up with some of the latest things going on in Stardom, especially after watching on Stardom World. So let's talk Stardom first. So, um, it's been revealed the fifth member of the stable, Donna Del Mundo, which turned out to be Natsupoi. Now, this is a wrestler that I'm not very familiar with, but considering seeing her in action gives me the impression that she will be pretty much the high speed talent of Donna Del Mundo. So I expect her to be the main one in the stable that's going to really be active in the high speed division of Stardom. So I can definitely see her someday going for the high speed championship, currently held by Azumi of Queen's Quest. Um, has that seems like she has like a gymnast background or something like that. Like I said, I don't know much about her, but definitely seems like the cheerful high flyer. Um, but yeah, that is the fifth member of Donna Del Mundo. Uh, Not exactly who I was thinking, but hey, it adds some creativity to the stable. And like I said, with her style and everything, I can see her being the main centerpiece for the high speed part of Donna Del Mundo. So we'll see how that goes. Seems like she's fitting in nicely with the stable. And now, Donna Del Mundo, which I honestly feel like is the strongest stable. Although Queen's Quest is good competition, but I feel like Donna Del Mundo's really, really been very strong out of the group. So, but yeah, Natsupoi, fifth member of Donna Del Mundo. Um, it was also confirmed that after Shuri's World of Stardom title match with Mayu Iwatani, which Mayu did retain, great match, very very great match as expected. It was said that Shuri, who has been a freelancer for a pretty long time, is now no longer a freelancer, but is now officially full time on the Stardom roster. So I thought that was interesting. Unfortunately, when I had saw this, they didn't have the subtitles up, but it was confirmed on the Twitter of Stardom that Shuri is now part of the Stardom roster, no longer freelancer, pretty much signed. So yeah, I think that's neat. I think that's neat. Although I was kind of bummed, but even though this is still possible, I would love to see a relationship with Stardom and AEW. And if they were to build a women's tag team division, it'd be the perfect opportunity to pair Shuri with her best friend Hikaru Shida, AEW Women's World Champion. But maybe someday. It's not impossible. But and so I had mentioned about this in a previous video, and it looked like I nailed it right on the money. So Oedo Tai versus TCS. There was a no disqualification. So hold on, let me backtrack. They had the captain's fall match, which TCS won, but one of the victories was a DQ due to the use of the chain. So they ended up having another match scheduled. No rules, no disqualification, anything goes. And this time, whichever team loses, that stable disbands. So that also meant for Oedo Tai, if they lose, then the ultimate betrayal happened. This match was very intense, and then the ultimate betrayal happened. Now, I already knew in the first place that TCS was going to lose, and I had a feeling it was going to be in the fashion that I mentioned in the previous video. Konami turned on Jungle Kiona, bashing her head in with a chair, and Oedo Tai picking up the victory. Konami turns on Jungle Kiona and joins Oedo Tai. Tokyo Cyber Squad is officially dead. I had a feeling. That was going to happen, and it happened just like I thought. Because honestly, I felt like it made sense. If anybody was going to defect, it would be Konami. She seems like the one that would defect. And honestly, that really, really helped strengthen Oedo Tai even more. Not only that, but way before that show, B. Priestley returned. And B. Priestley, she originally turned on Momo Watanabe in Queen's Quest to join Oedo Tai. So, yeah. So Oedo Tai is looking like much stronger now, especially with Konami, which Konami has really been a rising star, very popular in Stardom. And B. Priestley, I mean, it's B. Priestley. She was a former World of Stardom champion. So, yeah, Oedo Tai is looking rather strong now, even more. But yeah, just like that, Tokyo Cyber Squad is dead. Um, but a few things did take place. Of course, Jungle Kiona feeling all bad, feeling hurt, betrayed, and such. But who's there to help make things all better? Of course, the one pretty much true face stable of Stardom, Stars. So, Mayu Iwatani uh, invited Jungle Kiona to join Stars. Not only that, I believe Def Yamasan also joined Stars, which is weird. Really, really weird. But yeah. So Stars strengthened with the additions of Jungle Kiona and Def Yamasan. And I believe they got somebody else as well. I forgot what her name was, but yeah, like now we're down to three stables. We're down to three stables in Stardom right now. We got Queen's Quest, Oedo Tai, Stars. So yeah, that was the Yokohama Budokan was something that I was really, really looking forward to, especially with everything building up with the storyline between Oedo Tai and TCS. And yeah, so those were the things that stuck out the most to me. And of course, Julia successfully defended her title, the Wonder of Stardom title against Tam Nakano. And I tell you, like that rivalry is probably going to last for the rest of this year. I mean, these two just keep on bringing it. Um, but yeah, so Stardom has been very exciting lately. So definitely been enjoying that. Um, And I know New Japan Pro Wrestling, the G1 Climax tournament, still going strong. And it was announced that the World Tag League and the Best of Super Juniors will pretty much be going on at the same time. I guess I don't know if they're gonna like alternate or like combine the events, but yeah, those were two big event announcements, and yeah, so New Japan Pro Wrestling, a lot to look forward to. You know, in another week or so, I think another 2 weeks, they should be wrapping up the G1 Climax tournament. And then we got the World Tag League to look forward to, got Best of Super Juniors, and if I backtrack to Stardom a bit, they got the Goddess of Stardom Tag League tag tournament um, coming up in Stardom. So Japan making some noise. So there's a lot to look forward to. Um, so a couple of things WWE related. I know we got the draft coming up on tomorrow's edition of SmackDown. Carryovers to next week's Raw. Um, so an interesting plot twist occurred. So it has been brought into the light that Mustafa Ali is the leader of Retribution. So it sounds like the long term storyline of the hacker and everything like that, just, I guess, all added up to this. And honestly, I thought it was something that was forgotten about. I thought it was something that was scrapped. But Mustafa Ali is your leader of Retribution. Um, it's interesting. I kind of dig it, only because I hope this will put more spotlight on Mustafa Ali, and he'll actually turn into something. We'll see. You know, there hasn't been a lot of good feedback about Retribution, and rightfully understanding. But I mean, this is interesting. I'll say that this is interesting. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with it. I mean, I'm already not digging the names of the wrestlers in Retribution, and I'm already not digging like the whole idea that they want to destroy the WWE. Yet, why would you give them contracts? Just the whole concept just seems really dumb. But yeah, um, let's see. And once again, for the third time, we're gonna get Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton in Hell in a Cell for the WWE title. I'm just honestly, I'm at the point where I don't even care. Just give Randy Orton the title or whatever. It just go on with it. Like, I literally don't care about this match. I've seen it enough. It's gotten repetitive. I mean, Randy Orton's already lost 3 back-to-back pay-per-views. So it's like, just the concept of how they do things when it comes to title match booking is just ridiculous. But yeah, and now we got this angle with Braun Strowman and Keith Lee, which, yeah, wonder how long they're gonna keep that going. I mean, it's intriguing for now, but how long will it keep my attention remains to be seen. But Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler returned, defended their titles against the Riot Squad. So I mean, it was nice to see that they're back. Um, it'll be interesting to see. who will be next to challenge Asuka for the Raw Women's title. I mean, Zelina Vega, she had two opportunities and failed. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. I really still want to see Shayna Baszler versus Asuka, but we'll see what they decide to do. Um, NXT. So apparently, it was said that Finn Balor broke his jaw in two places in the match he had with Kyle O'Reilly. And apparently, it was said that Kyle O'Reilly had some shattered teeth as well. One thing I noticed, he did get, it seemed like he got the wind knocked out of him by taking that kick to the gut. But man, guess I can see why they were both bleeding from the mouth. But man, I really feel for Finn Balor because Finn Balor's kind of been hit by the injury bug after some big matches, a couple of times so far in his WWE career. So, yeah, I mean, it sounded like. So apparently they say, or from what I'm hearing, is on average, recovery for a broken jaw takes about 6 or so weeks. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do they strip him of the title? I mean, 6 weeks. Uh, I just don't see him still having the time. But who knows? Maybe they'll figure something out. But these two beat the crap out of each other, and it's definitely match of the year candidate. Kyle O'Reilly versus Finn Balor. And honestly, I don't believe this is the last time we'll see those two face each other in the middle of that ring. But I mean, I hope both of them can recover swiftly. But we'll have to see what happens to the NXT title. We'll have to see what happens. Um, with the return of Ember Moon, Tony Storm, Io Shirai is going to be busy. She's got some challenges ahead of her. And of course, it was good to see Ember Moon back in the ring again. She teamed up with Rhea Ripley to take on Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. And I have to say, Ember looked good. She looked good. New theme music, new sort of look. She looked good, entrance wise and in the ring. She looks like she hasn't missed a step, and she looked like the former NXT Women's Champion she was. She looked great. I was happy. Um, but this is a real big boost to the women's division. Getting a return of Tony Storm, getting a return of Ember Moon, plus what they're doing with Xia Li and Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi wrestled Xia Li, beat Xia, and Xia got a note from Boa, which was another wrestler in the Performance Center crew from China. So it's looking like they're getting ready to fully cement this heel turn for Xia Li. Maybe pairing her up with Boa, maybe as a manager. Who knows? Could do her some good. I was thinking, I don't know when, but I was thinking maybe once Karen Q is cleared, put those two together, managed by Boa. Got yourself a tag team there, which I mean they've teamed up before anyway in live events, and hey, both speak Chinese. They may have something. They may have something there. It could work. It could work. Karen Q has experience playing a heel. Plays a pretty good heel. So hey, having Zaya and Karen Q together, I think it will work out. Have them both be heels, and there you have another heel set of women, and you have a tag team. So that opens another door for the tag team division. Something to think about. Um, but yeah, Shotzi, I expect to see Shotzi in the title picture at some point. So I mean, hey, this is exciting for the women's division, especially in NXT. It's exciting. So we'll have to see what they do with that. But um, the injury bug strikes yet again, and it looks like they were really brewing up a storyline with Undisputed Era and Ridge Holland, but unfortunately, Ridge Holland pretty much broke his leg from a plancha from Oni Lorcan, and he caught him, and his leg buckled and just snapped. So Ridge Holland suffered that this past Wednesday, and just bad timing, bad injury. So hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery. But yeah, it looked bad. It looked really bad. It made me cringe. So man, just rough time, especially with all that's going on. It's these injuries, man. They're no joke. People can say wrestling's fake all they want, but it's scripted, yes, but still, you can still get seriously hurt. But but yeah, those are the main things that have been on my mind about WWE. We'll have to see how this draft goes. Um, we've already seen Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke are now a tag team, and they're on Raw. But I mean, we'll see what happens. See what happens with this draft. And then, of course, we got Halloween Havoc near the end of the month. We're pretty much at the end of the month. And you got Hell in a Cell as well. And then I believe next month for WWE is Survivor Series, if I remember correctly. So we'll have to see what they do. But and then looking at AEW, they got themselves a AEW World Championship tournament coming up, so that's pretty neat. John Moxley has ran through a lot of challengers, so he's been busy. And of course, he's got Lance Archer coming up at the anniversary show, the AEW Dynamite anniversary show. 1 year since Dynamite debuted. Man, that's exciting. I remember I got a chance to go to the Dynamite live taping, the live show at Charlotte at the Bojangles Coliseum, which was a lot of fun. AEW Dynamite was great, and they also recorded Dark as well. So really got my money's worth going to that. So going to AEW show, definitely worth it. But yeah, I got the anniversary show, and I tell you, it's a lot to look forward to. Cody got the TNT title back, defeated Brody Lee in a dog collar match, and it was brutal. And Hall of Famer legend Greg the Hammer Valentine was in attendance for that match. But very brutal, and Cody won the TNT championship back. So that makes him the first ever two-time champion in AEW history. So that's pretty neat. And of course, the Nightmare family comes out afterwards. Of course, Jericho had his 30 years celebration throughout the show, and him and Jake Hager, defeated Chaos Project. That was the main event, and got to see him celebrate with all the AEW stars, and had a pretty funny segment with MJF. It was cool. It was really cool, and to see him get all those different shout outs like Ultimo Dragon, Slash, um, Bully Ray, Shaquille O'Neal, even Hiroshi Tanahashi. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really, really cool. So, yeah. And it's interesting because I believe this November, Chris Jericho turns the big 50 years old. So, yeah. Wow. Can't believe Chris Jericho's been wrestling for 30 years. Man, I remember watching him as a kid throughout WCW, like in the cruiserweight division, where he was Lionheart, Chris Jericho. Just he was cruiserweight champion, and he was Y2J. He was the first ever undisputed champion in WWE. Like, oh man, it was great. It was really, really great. Man, he's gonna have one heck of a Hall of Fame ceremony, that's for sure. But there's a lot to look forward to. Looks like we're gonna be seeing Cody defend the TNT title against Orange Cassidy at the anniversary show. So this is great. Um, FTR has been very active continuously in the tag team division. Um, they defended their titles against the Hybrid 2. Um, but yeah, I really wonder when they're going to start to put a storyline together for the next challenger for Hikaru Shida. Which, I mean, if you were to look at the rankings, you still got Nyla Rose at the top, but seems like we really haven't seen much of Nyla Rose in action. I think she may have been in action a few times on Dark, but it doesn't seem like Nyla Rose has really been wrestling much. So they need to build up another challenger or another storyline for Shida, because I mean, which she's now the longest reigning AEW Women's Champion, which she surpassed Riho, which she was the longest reigning at the time because Nyla Rose didn't have it that long. But yeah, I just really hope they build up some sort of storyline for Shida for her next challenge. But but yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for this pro wrestling talk. Um, Let me know what y'all think. What's some things going on in pro wrestling that have caught y'all's attention? What are some things y'all are looking forward to? Anybody looking forward to the draft? Anybody been enjoying Stardom, G1 Climax? Like, what are y'all excited about? But anyway, uh, remember to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank y'all so much for watching and for all of your support. This is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram signing off. I will see y'all next time. God bless everyone.